Hello friends, I'm Ron Brown. Welcome to my shop. Today I would like to talk to you about a grind popularized by Stuart Batty and a lot of his students, and it's called a 40-40 grind. And what that means is that the nose angle on the gouge is 40 degrees from parallel to the ground. If we were to take our protractor here and run it on there, you'll see that that's 40 degrees. The reason they call it a 40-40 is the wing angle on the sides here remains at 40 degrees also. It's a little hard to measure. I have an angle setting gauge here with a 40-degree reading, and as you can see, that's exactly 40 degrees, and as we run it up the side, it's a little hard for you to see, but I can see that it's exactly 40 degrees.
This is the setup block that I've designed for the 40-40 grind. We're going to use it to do a few different things. First off, we're going to set the bottom edge on the platform. We'll make 2 firm points of contact against an 8-inch grinding wheel, and that will set the platform to give us a perfect 40-degree nose angle on our gouge. And then I built in a gauge block for the projection. This tool uses a 3-inch gouge projection rather than 1 3/4 or 2 inches that you're probably used to. There are 5 simple steps to setting your 40-40 grind. Step 1 is to set the platform at 40 degrees. Step 2, set up the VariGrind 1 tool holding fixture. Step 3, install your gouge into the VariGrind 1 using the proper projection. Step 4, grind each wing separately. First the right, then the left, or first the left, then the right. It doesn't matter. The last step is to blend the wings into the tip and get one single facet. The first step is to set the platform to 40 degrees. Using the bottom side of the setup block, place it firmly on the platform and then move the platform up to the grinding wheel until you've made 2 firm points of contact. We're going to turn the gouge over flute side down and shape the wing, shape the upper edge of our gouge. Here I'm going for a very curved surface, a very curved shape. Straight is fine, so concave is never okay.
The shape that I wanted. You see the flats and stuff up here? That's okay. That's going to give me a template to grind to in the next step.
You can also grind a small flat on the nose of the gouge at this time if you want to. It's not really necessary, just if you feel like it. The second step is to set up the OneWay VariGrind 1. Move the leg on the VariGrind 1 all the way up as far as it'll go and lock it in place with the wing nut. It's going to be almost parallel to the floor. It will be at approximately 12 degrees from parallel to the ground. Next, insert the black setup block into the VariGrind 1 and lock it in place. Place the tip of the VariGrind 1 leg into the pocket arm and slide the arm until the setup block makes 2 firm points of contact on your 8-inch grinding wheel. The pocket arm is now in the proper distance to grind a 40-40 profile. When you tighten the pocket arm down using the base lever, please be careful and make sure that your setup block is still making 2 firm points of contact against the wheel. A little side note here. Handles on certain bowl gouges will not clear the edge of the pocket arm when you're grinding the wings. On mine, I chose to grind the edges off of my pocket arm, but you might wish to place a small riser block, say a 1/2 inch or so with a V-notch in it, in the pocket on yours rather than grind the edges down. Just make sure the riser block cannot move during use. Either glue it in place or tape it securely. If you use a riser block, you'll need to install it before you do your setup. Otherwise, the distance will be wrong. For those of you using aftermarket handles, such as Carter & Sons or Doug Thompson, something like that, it might just be easier for you to take the tool out of the handle when you grind it. The third step is to install your gouge in the VariGrind 1 and lock in place. It is important to note that this method uses a 3-inch tool projection versus 2 inches or 1 3/4. This is a lot greater projection than other grinds use, and it's absolutely necessary to get this grind correct. I built in a gauge block right into your 40/40 setup block. It's the handle or the heel or the stem. So that's exactly the 3 inches that you need to get the tool projection correct. The fourth step is to grind the wings individually. Before you start the grinder, please double check that the tool handle will clear the sides of the pocket arm. You want to grind the wings first. Left or right, doesn't matter which one first, but grind the wings individually. Grind the left wing completely, then grind the right wing completely. If you remove a lot of steel, keep water nearby to cool the gouge. You can overheat it if you're removing a lot of steel. The wings should be straight or slightly convex. Never should they be concave. The fifth and final step is to blend the wings into the tip. Finish with one smooth motion, trying to get a single facet, a single bevel. If you're grinding this profile for the first time, you'll be using a coarse wheel for quick material removal. Once you get the desired profile, we can move over to the fine wheel to get the best cutting edge. Moving from the coarse wheel to the fine wheel is very simple. Move the pocket arm to the fine wheel side. Use the 40/40 setup block in the VariGrind 1 to set the proper distance of the pocket arm, just like you did before. Reinstall the bowl gouge into the VariGrind 1 using the 3-inch tool projection. Lightly refine the cutting edge using a fine grit wheel and enjoy your single facet 40/40 profile. Resharpening should take less than 2 minutes if you have to do full setup. If you don't have to do full setup, probably less than a minute.